In the bottom right corner, up third for the bad, it's Goss. And in the top left, as the blue Terran, it's Faz. It looks like we did have one of those disconnects I was talking about. So thank you for staying tuned. Faz is getting out his racks. Goss goes for the scout. Score is 1-1 in this best of 5. Angel played his best to take out Yon 12, but was not successful. Faz playing all the way from Australia in this TVP. Faz scouts in. Ah, yes, there are probes. He didn't look at the Reaper jump. Okay. Reaper's gonna do that job, I suppose. Now it's just shooting a pylon. Pulls the Adept out. Reaper's getting uppity. It's getting aggressive. It's going to cancel the shade. Twilight Council almost finished here for Goss. We're gonna wait and see what his first tech is meant to be. A robotics facility here. This is starting to paint a little bit of a picture for me. Goss is at 150 gas, though. I don't know what he's... Research, please. Okay, it's gonna be Blink. It's gonna be Blink aggression. I'm almost certain of it. Should see an OBS out of the robotics facility. Depth trades out for 2 SCVs, not the worst you could hope for. Port Prism's coming out next. Medevac zooming across the map. Blink Stalkers are going to be in position to intercept. I know Blink's not on the field yet, but if he drops a Chrono Boost, it's going to be here very shortly. Do you have energy? Doesn't have energy for Chrono Boost, never mind. Okay, so maybe not Blink Stalkers, just regular Stalkers. Just plain old vanilla Stalkers. We're ready to intercept this Medevac. Here comes the mine drop. 3 probes get picked off. He could have saved the mines here. He didn't save the mines. Goss is going on the attack. Blink has finished now. Cloak is on the way here for Faz. That's not going to do anything against Blink Stalkers, man. This Banshee, not going to be helpful whatsoever. Prism's gonna move forward to provide high ground vision. The Stalkers move in. Here's the blink to the high ground. First Banshee is gone. The bunker goes down. Stalkers are kiting back. Couple tank shots. Oh, okay. That was a misplay from Goss. Look at all this space that he could hit from. This tank won't hit behind the mineral line. So Goss, I think, has not done enough damage. He's not done enough damage at all. Baz has a couple bunkers at the front. These guys can take them out before SCVs are pulled to repair. Or at least one of them. He's not using Blink the way it's meant to be used, though. Like, you blink the injured Stalkers back. Not necessarily disengage right away. You let the shield damage run out, and then you regenerate the shields. That's what makes Blink such a powerful play for the Protoss army. That was a lot of P's. Full bio from Faz, and I think we're going to see a 2 base. You know what? He's going double engineering bay. Maybe not. Goss has gotten up a third. He has his third orbital, but he can't secure this low ground. He has one medevac, so he can't go for a Doom drop. That medevac was way too far forward. Goss is going to try to escape. Again, this isn't the world's best Blink Stalker micro here. There's one more storm. Okay, the storms did enough. There's not enough bio left to continue the push here for Faz, which is a little bit unfortunate. Goss has a warping of charge lots in the main. Faz is struggling to deal with this as well. He doesn't even have reinforcements popping out. 9 SCVs have gone down so far. Okay, oh my god, he's bringing the bio back home. It's not stemmed. It's gonna take so long to get here. Medevac's gonna help out a little bit. Maybe preventing 1-2 SCV kills. The tanks are really exposed out here. With Blink Stalkers on the field, you don't wanna leave your tanks out in the middle of nowhere unsieged. Oh man, he pulls back just in the nick of time. That was almost a total disaster. Baz has landed his third orbital, but it's about to be in jeopardy. He has a lot of tanks on the field, not a lot of meat shields to help out the tanks. Oh no, he gets intercepted. As he tries to move in from behind. This is just too much Protoss. 11 SCVs get stormed down, and the Terran army is totally melted. Single G is called of Eternal Empire. As our Blue Zerg, up last in the roster for the bad, it's NL Ghost. And on the top right is the final player from Ris3n, Swarmonomics. The bad is up 2-1. So there's two scenarios that can. Oh, we have a cancel here from NL Ghost. That it looks like he built a second Overlord on accident. So what that means, Zerg cancels kind of suck. You get the money back, 100% refund, just like the other two races, but you lose the larva. So there's only going to be 4 lings here rather than 6. No, Ghost also opened Gasless, so he's going to be pulling the drones against Swarmonomics. And again, remember, he's down 2 lings. This is such an all-in play to go for the Spinecrawler rush. And he's already hurt himself. 2 lings doesn't sound like a lot to be delayed, but when you're talking about this small an amount of units, when you're talking about your opponent being up 4 workers, and you having a couple lings with you, you just cut off like a third of your military to help the drones out. Remember, 3 of these workers are going to become spines too. That's going to make them quite vulnerable. Now, Swarm did not drop the Evo chambers to delay this. He did not put his pull on the outside of his creep, so he's going to be a little bit vulnerable. But I think as long as he micros correctly, he might just win based on the fact that those 2 lings were delayed here from NL Ghost. Look, the 2 lings are split off. They took some extra damage, and this is just going to have a cascade effect. Everything NL Ghost has is about to die. The spines are allowed to finish. However, NL Ghost doesn't have enough to defend the spines if he tries to move them to the low grounds. Oh, God. No. Swarm, pounce on the spine. You know what? He's fine. He's waiting for another 2 lings. And remember, NL Ghost is mining on 2 drones back at home. That's it. That's his income. The Swarm's 15 mining workers. He is playing this out pretty smart. Okay. I keep trying to call this game. Why? What? No! No, Swarm! Swarm, what are you doing? I mean, it can work, but he's going for a base trade he doesn't need to go for. So NL Ghost is still mining. Oh, the drones! Don't kill the lings! That was an excellent opportunity to cut down some of the units. I think Swarm... I thought Swarm was going to keep mining as the spines tapped his hatch. And then I thought he was going to go ahead and turn around, kill the spines. But these spines are going to be rooted. They are in range of Swarm's remaining buildings. Now, what I think Swarm is going to try to do now, I keep trying to predict what Swarm's going to do, and I keep doing it wrongly, but I'm pretty confident on this one. So he's killed the 2 drones, he's going to kill these 2 buildings, and drop an extractor on NL Ghost's side of the map. But he needs to do it soon. This hatchery is going to die faster than you think. Wait, he had enough money for a hatch. Oh my god. Wait a minute. I counted the minerals wrong. No, Swarm wins. He wins the game. This is over. Right now, NL Ghost is thinking Shiba. Pool is gonna fall here shortly. Two, 1. Oh, well, he pulled half the wings off. So the pool is just gonna bleed out. 50 seconds. Ghost has 2 spine crawlers. he will need to fight with those spines for even the slightest hope of victory. However, those are the targets he needs to defend as well. Oh, he has an extractor on this side of the map as well, but I think that's almost a mistake. He has a drone out on the map as well. Remember, he needs to kill all of this. All of this. Swarm is ahead, 8 workers and a 5 army supply. Also, remember, he knows where these spines are at all times because Ghost has been revealed. Every second that ticks by is worse and worse for Ghost. Swarm has 3 larvae stacked, 600 minerals in the bank, and he can make whatever he wants. He's going to make another queen, he's going to get an overlord, he's going to make 3 spines, he's going to turn these larvae into lings probably. He has transfuse on the queen. He can transfuse lings if he wants to. Yeah, he's even gonna fight off creep. Make sure the spine can't burrow with the queen in the way. GG is called. Swarm evens up. Welcome to the ace map of Alpha Team League SemiPro Week 1. In the bottom left, as the acer for the bad, it's Goss. And in the top right, as the blue Zerg from Ris3n. In the ace slot is Swarmonomics. Swarmonomicasio. One team after this map is going to gain a lead going into the season. Now, so I don't know what's... Well, okay. I know Revolt pretty well. And I know kind of how he thinks. But I'm going to talk about this from my perspective. We're going to add the caster's perspective. So, I've captained quite a few teams myself. And I feel personally that gaining a win early in the season is very good for morale. And it relieves tilt later in the season. If you lose week 1, you're like, okay, 100% of our games are losses. We now have pressure and stress going into the rest of our series. If you knock out, if you get 3 wins in a row at the start of a season, and let's say you need 5 wins to make the playoffs, it just relieves all the stress, right? It becomes, oh god, we need to win this game. It goes from that to, wow, we're increasing our lead. We need to win 2 out of these next 4 games, or what have you. So, either team, I think, winning this first game is going to be much stronger for it from here on out. Goss opens with the Stargate. Swarm is going for an Overlord speed opening. So, unfortunately for him, this first Overlord is still gonna... Okay, you know what? You know what? Goss went Oracle first. I thought it was gonna be a Phoenix first. It was not a Phoenix first. So, Swarm is going to have time to do whatever he wants with these Overlords. What's Goss going to follow this up with? Is he going to get a second Oracle? Is he going to go Phoenix? This is a healthy 6 drone kills, 5 drone kills from the Adepts. Oracle swings in next. I feel like it could have been even stronger had the Oracle hit at the same time as the Adepts. As it stands now, it's going to eat a lot of hull damage, but 7 drone kills ultimately go off. Swarm is going to, of course, be behind in workers for a little while. He's only getting out 3 right now. Goss goes for a Twilight Council next. And I feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity. You usually don't open with 1 Stargate unit. You do 2. You do 2 Oracles, or you do a Phoenix into 2 Oracles, something like that. This 1 Oracle pressure isn't really too common nowadays, because those 2 Oracles can just gun down so many more drones together with their combined might. And then you can use them later in the game, assuming they both survive, right? You can keep continual tags on the Zerg army. You can keep dropping Revelation to see where the Zerg is at all times. Swarm goes into Lair. He's going into melee. Okay. He's getting speed. So it's going to be some kind of Lingbane play here. It could be Lingbane Ravager. Could be Lingnitus. I don't think it's going to be Lingnitus, given how many drones he's making right now. Something a little bit, quotation marks, unique. I mean, it's not entirely unique to him, but Swarm does enjoy going for drop or lured play, so we could see Ling drops into the main, the Protoss. Goss is going for an Archon drop. Lings aren't the best to defend against this. Okay, it's going to be Lingbane Hydra, actually. Interesting. Swarm is either gonna all in or take a 4th off of this. He's got about 45 seconds to take that 4th if he wants it. He's going for Hydra speed, so I'm thinking it's an all-in. Thinking he's gonna keep pumping out Lings, keep pumping out Hydra. Why do I say that? Why do I say Hydra speed is what makes me think that? Oh, the Stasis Ward. Good deal. Oh. That was very close. That was like a couple frames away from going off. So Hydra speed obviously provides speed. It provides mobility. It means you can get your Hydras around quickly. It means you can get them across the map very fast. Hydra range means you can use them as stationary, like, anti-air defense platforms. It's more defense, right? Like, you're sitting in a location waiting for your opponent to come to you, as opposed to speed, which, I mean, you can use defensive speed against Phoenix, but you'd still want range against Phoenix, in my opinion. He does take a 4th, though, so everything I said is apparently total bullshit. I'm just swinging and missing on the calls tonight. Swarm is going for the Dropper Lord play. Okay. So it's kind of a mix of the two things, right? He's going very heavily on the attack. He did take a 4th, but he's not going to saturate it just yet. Banelings are morphing in, but the Zealots are pretty split up. You don't want to waste all these on Archons. Drops ready to go off for Swarm. However, he brings the Hydra home to defend. It's going to come in from multiple angles, one would assume. Here come the Lings in the back. I like this from Swarm. The bottom side Hydra are losing. They fall into a trap. They get concaved by charge lots, but a couple high value units are picked off on the right side. Goss is going up to 90 army supply. This is dicey for Swarm. I think he could have killed, like, all the Protoss production had he gone for the Hydra drop. Sure, he would have taken damage himself, but I don't know, man. Oh, all the charge lots go in to take out the 4th. That's going to leave these Archons somewhat vulnerable, but Swarm just doesn't have enough firepower. He still has all his Banelings. He's going to need very critical hits against these Zealots. Goss hallucinates a Colossi on creep. So Swarm actually saw this hallucination go in. It was a decent Bane hit. Goss repositions the Arcana out in front. Storm is thrown down. More storms, this time on the drones. Oh, Swarm's army is deleted from the map. Goss moves in. GG is called. The team league for Ris3n this year. It's the Blue Terran, Coda. And in, at the top of Purity and Industry, first up for the bad, it's Matador, SC2. So, a production note as well, I probably should have said this before we got into game. If you guys see some frame stuttering or a little bit of a drop, the game is running fine. It is ungodly hot in my room right now, and my little air conditioner can't keep up, so my computer is running a little bit hot as well. But hopefully it doesn't provide too much of a drop in quality here. So Coda, the undefeated Acer. Not even Acer, he's just undefeated. He just wrecked face from the previous season. He might as well have been an Acer, because once he hit the field, the match was over. Ris3n was the champion in this division. There's been some restructuring, reformatting in the team league this time around. Got our little Lyote there. It's a mix of a lion and a coyote, you get it? It's a Lyote. So the bad is repping Brazil. Initially, the admins had planned for shorter seasons this time around, but somewhere in the mix, that got kind of thrown out. So we're going to have a mega season. Once again, if you guys are unfamiliar with the Pro League format, we're going to have up to 5 games. This is a best-of-5 match. 4 players from each team are going to go head-to-head. If your team's player wins the map, you score a point. First team to 3 points takes the match. Every time it goes to this track, like the music loops to it, I'm like, did the music stop? Did I do something wrong? But it's just like, for like a solid minute and a half, this like violin whine in the background and very, very, very quiet synthesizer. So it just sounds like there's no music, but there is music. Yeah, I'm filling time. I'm filling time, obviously. So Coda is going to get aggressive, maybe. He hasn't thrown down a second CC. Is going for the more militaristic build. However, or excuse me, Matador is getting aggressive, is what I meant to say. Coda has gotten a second CC. He's increasing his Cyclone count, and I think this attack is going to hit too late for Matador. 2 Cyclones is just too much to surmount, and this Cyclone will for sure be on the field by the time Matador arrives, which basically means 2 of these units could die in a sustained engagement right off the bat, and 1 Hellion, 1 Reaper isn't going to be any big deal for 2 Cyclones and a Reaper to handle. 1 SCV should go down. But yeah, just like we said, lock-ons took out 2 of the Reapers right away, and Matador has to go back home. This is really bad. He did no damage. This Liberator has to get work done. Matador hasn't sent out the Liberator. He's not harassing the worker line of Coda. Coda's going to be... Okay, there we go. There we go. Finally. Finally it arrives at the base. 1, 2, 3. That's nice. It's a start. Coda's still ahead in SCV, but... Matador went a little bit of the way toward evening the odds. Why is it such a big deal that Matador delayed the CC and basically didn't get damage done? Well, so in TVT, both Terrans have a mechanic called the Mule, right? When you get an earlier orbital than your opponent, basically, you're getting free mules the whole time. Every time this energy bar recharges, and you drop a mule, you're gaining value over time. Matador is just morphing his orbital now at the 547 mark. It's about 4 free mules worth of economy that Coda's gotten. Now, you're not going to see it reflected in the army supply right now. Matador is getting up a larger military force, but Coda was able to afford this 3rd orbital. He's getting even more energy for scans and mules. He has this very high-tech Raven that he got out some time ago that's sitting here gaining more value as it gains energy. Well, potential value, right? You gotta get those spells off for this to pay off. But this is creating greater options for Coda toward the mid-game. As this Raven gains energy, you can use it for so many things, right? You can get disables on tanks. You can go and harass your opponent with auto turrets. You can do all sorts of fun things. You can Dorito cannon Marines, so they take more damage from your Marines, right? Coda's also getting stim out onto the map. Matador did have earlier stim, but he can't utilize it. Stim isn't very helpful for only 4 Marines. Matador's gonna move out. He does have a massive Viking cloud, so this Raven could be in a little bit of danger. And Matador has the utility to land on the tanks. He's also going to be able to control the skies to provide vision for his own tanks. Unfortunately, he's going to get scouted by Coda here. Coda is 11 army supply down. But, like we said, he has a Raven. He's going to be able to pop disables on the tanks. Coda's gonna scout out, see that the army isn't where he thinks it is. He's gonna take a little bit of damage on this orbital. The Cyclones lock onto the SCVs rather than the orbital. Okay, it picks up, it's gonna float away. The Viking, I like this play a little bit. He does get the kill on the orbital with the Viking Cloud, but he's just gonna be so vulnerable to this ground army of Coda. Vikings versus stimmed Marines isn't the greatest matchup, so both players are on a race back to Matador. Am I wrong? Is Coda not going to go for the throat? Oh, Coda's going to trap the army! There's the stim. Both Cyclones are down. Disable on one of the tanks. One tank has fallen. The second tank will fall in a second. All of a sudden, Matador's not looking like he's in too good shape. He's finishing up his 3rd CC. Coda doesn't go on the attack, though. Matador is going to have 3 tanks sieged up on the high ground. Coda did wait to move out. Tank count could have been lower, but He's going to go for a drop in the main. This is really smart. This is really smooth. I think he should elevator the rest of the units up there, though. And one tank stayed in the medevac. It didn't drop. This isn't as strong as it could be. The medevacs are running out of time. Ooh. 3 Marines go down in the medevacs. The tanks are going to be dropped on by the Vikings. They will get picked off here. So all of a sudden, not looking so hot for Coda. He does get 9 SCVs in the natural. But his army is also going to get cleaned up here. It was looking like a brilliant play, but there were quite a few things that factored in there, right? Coda, it was kind of like a chain of events. So Coda only dropped 2 out of the 3 tanks. This barracks is actually going to burn down. There's no SCVs in range. Rip, 2 Marines died in that barracks. As I was saying, you know, one of the tanks was stuck in the medevac. It didn't drop off. So when Coda went down to the low ground, he couldn't pick up as many units. He was confused for a second. That split second of hesitation meant more units didn't drop on the high ground. That meant fewer Marines firing on the Vikings. That meant the tanks went down. And so you can see this kind of like disaster movie chain of events diminishing the power of Coda's attack there. That said, Coda still had 13 workers. Matador kind of cut down on his SCV production for a little while and also lost 9 in the engagement. Coda's been able to replenish here, and Matador's caught out on the map. These Vikings are going to pick off the medevacs. Okay, there they go. They land, but they take shots from the Marines as they do, and Matador's army is once again wiped. Armies just keep getting wiped on this map. Medevac's gonna boost over to the left side. One SCV gets cut down. Matador couldn't afford to lose those couple Marines. He has very little to defend with. The Marines are streaming in a couple at a time. He has no tanks in position. This third is a loss for a Red Terran. Matador's gonna build a factory out in the open, I guess. But I think Coda stabilized too much. He's getting up his own 4th CC. It's ahead, an entire upgrade chain. +2 armor, +2 weapons on the field. 2-2, a lot farther away from Matador. Coda goes for a massive drop in the main. And Matador just can't close in. Another group of Marines comes around into the natural. And the strategy that failed at first works the second time around. GG is called. Coda on the left side of the Golden Wall as our blue Terran. It's Jan 12. Playing for the bad. That... Why... Is that the Grim Reaper? Because, like, look, he has, like, flesh there, right? Like, he's not entirely a skeleton, but he's wearing, like, this purple hood. It's like a little, what are those things called from Tatooine? Not Ewoks, Jawa. He's a little Jawa-looking thing. On the right side, we're in the Phoenix of Ris3n competitive. It's Angel. Angel goes hatch first, or no, excuse me. Angel goes pool first, but he takes a hatch behind it, and this is gonna signal 6-ling aggression. He's gonna try get a delay on the CC of Jan 12 here. Ris3n currently up 1-0 in the best of 5. Reaper catches the Lings out on the map. So I'm a Zerg player myself, and I would never, ever, ever open pool first on this map, for this specific reason. The rush distance is just so long. There's so much time for the Terran to find you, for the Terran to shut you down. Jan's going to move his Reaper across for drone harass, because he has this Marine out to defend. Now the Marine will die. So there's going to be a little bit of a delay on the CC. Oh, he's going to get the Ling kill. Oh my god. I thought he was going to pull an SCV to fight with the Marine, but I guess I was wrong. Okay, so Angel's attack is successful here, despite the Terran seemingly hard countering it. Now Speed is on the field. Now the Reaper's not going to get a scout of the main, and he needed a scout of the Marine. Scout of the Marine? A scout of the main, because there's a Roach Warren on the field, and there are roaches barreling toward him. Oh, I know this build. I know it well. 2 Ravagers morphing in. A 3rd Ravager will be morphing in soon here. On that 3rd Roach. This is a 3 Ravager rush, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that was bad. Losing a Ling, getting 2 more injured isn't the greatest. What you really want to do is fight these Hellions with the Ravagers, and then use the Lings like a shotgun. You're going like, BAM! Into the base. The depots aren't raised. Now, the Hellions can still fry the Lings. This isn't over yet for the Terran. He's taken 2 SCVs in damage. But he needs to lose about 8-9 more before this really pays off for the Zerg. Okay, he lost the supply depot. He's no longer walled in. Angel is blocking, trying to make sure he doesn't get sealed out while he waits for Lings to reinforce. Hellion gets cut down. Lings are swarming at the bottom of the ramp, and Angel, I think, has done enough damage to make this worth it. He's continuing to flood Lings in. Yeah, those SCVs need to be in the main. Oh, another Hellion falls. And normally, the Terran would have a tech lab on the starport, and would be making either a Banshee or a BC, but Jan just doesn't have the money for it. He's down 3 workers. It's about to get even worse for him. Oh no, he fought with the SCVs. He needed a mineral stack. No! Poor Terran. 6 more SCVs fall. And Angel will be going into the next stage of this game very strongly. He sends another couple Lings out. He's probably going to right-click some of the... No! See, had he, like, right-clicked the SCVs, he could have gotten another 2-3 kills, but it's not going to happen. So, Angel finally droning up. Now, the Terran does have 2 CCs. There is a chance he gets back into this game. However, he lost just a few too many workers, I think. And my second criticism is he doesn't have counterattack potential. These 2 Hellions are going to have to do a lot of work. We're the 4 Hellions. We're the 6 Hellions. There's a lot more... exponentially more chance for them to get the drone kills that they need. Oh. Angel pulls the drones into the fight. He's going to lose 5. That's a good start. Okay. Alright, these Hellions actually did put in work. But something like a Banshee, something like a Battlecruiser could have forced Spores, and they could have gotten way, like, they could have just ended the game right there. Angel has gone into Lair. He's getting an Overseer specifically because he's worried about those Banshees. And he's going to get Blind Spores anyway. He's dealing with a Liberator, so the Spore's not going to be too terribly helpful. Oh, the Hellions are coming across. Actually, that Spine's way late, but the 3 injured Hellions are in the front, so they're not going to be able to go into the natural too easily. This is going to give Angel time to get out 20 Lings. I would have almost gone for 3-4 Roaches in this situation where I Angel, because you can just get, like, you can just hold position them here, and the Hellions can never, ever, ever get in. With the Lings, you're probably going to take some casualties as you try to tie these Hellions down. 3 drones do fall in the lane, a lot of lost mining time, so Jan, despite having not the best chance of getting back into this game, is using the very limited tool set that he has to move forward. Even more SCVs go down though, so yeah, this is an SCV slaughter somehow. 19 SCVs go down. Oof. This is once again gonna turn things into Angel's favor. This was a bold move too, because had the Hellions just gone in and traded, Angel actually loses the game right there. Jan made the decision to go back home and defend, which meant he took the SCV damage and also didn't do damage on Angel's side of the map. So ultimately he cleaned up a lot of those lings, but he lost more Hellion, and he lost his map control for the moment. Angel has the map control. Jan has finally secured his wall. The lings will not break in here. Angel would need Banelings or Ravagers to do so. But Angel has tech out. He's up to 3 gas. He's getting a Hydra Den. I don't know that I agree with the Hydra Den too much. But he's also getting the Baneling nest, so this is going to be your standard Hydraling Bane. Ling Scout sees the move out, sees the direction it's incoming. Angel repositions the Lings. He needs to morph Banelings. He needs to morph Banelings now. Oh man. These Banelings are a little bit late. I wonder why. He had the gas for it. He had the money. They're also quite vulnerable. Here we go. 2, 3 great connections. The Lings swarm around the Marines. That was really risky for Angel, but he held on there. And he traded out very well. This wall is looking juicy. I don't know why the Lings are stacked back here. Was that an accident? Did he, like, click behind the wall? I think he clicked behind the wall on accident. So this attack is going to have a lot less potential than it otherwise would. Yeah, because that's not his defense group of Lings. That was. Huh. Drops, going to pull some drones off the line. Baneling bust happens on the other side of the map. It does not connect with the Marines, though. It just picks off some supply depots. A couple SCVs go down. Now it's going for a push. Angel doesn't really have that much. He's down quite a bit in army supply, and more importantly, he doesn't have Banelings. I don't know what he has against Banelings. Banelings could be really helpful in this situation. He didn't get Bane... okay, he's starting up Bane speed now. It's not going to be any help. He's going to lose his gold base. He's got to cancel. Cancel the gold base. He didn't cancel the gold base. Oof. Jan, back in this game with a vengeance. So what we're seeing here, I think, is Jan just constantly take better engagements. Sort of, kind of. He's taken a couple, like, he's whiffed a couple, but He's looking really strong right now. Widowmine finally in the mix as well. Angel has 2 vectors of attack to deal with. Looks like he's going to try to clean up in the main before rounding on this other army, but the medevacs are going to boost out. They'll boost back in. Later, he loses the 3rd. The Terran has the gold base uncontested right now. Oh no, the drones are backed into a corner. The Marines shoot the wings, though. 3 Overlords go down. The Hydrodon's gonna fall. Yawn! Picking off all the Zerg tech! Hydras are dying as they pop out. All these Lings are gonna die as well. Angel says YOLO. He's gonna pull the boys for an all-out attack on the Terran. These Hydra are critical units now, as Terran buildings can indeed fly. So if all the Hydras die, Angel loses the game. There's no coming back from this. Angel does not have the money to make an additional hatchery either. These guys are not tanking damage. The Hydra are tanking damage for the drones. It's supposed to be the other way around. Angel no longer has enough to break through. GG is called. Yawn.